How is Spider-Man 3 going to tackle adding Sydney Moon into the mix when we still have Miles and Peter running around? Now first, some people believe Peter won't be in the third game. I think there's no way they bring in Green Goblin and not have Peter, but that's another video. So I think there's 3 ways they go about adding Sydney Moon, and the first one is they don't. They throw her in the trash, they forget she exists, or she doesn't become a Spider-Man, she's just another character. Then I think the second way they do it is kind of rushed, in my opinion. Maybe they'll add some cutscenes like they did with Miles during some DLC for Spider-Man 3, and then by the end of it it'll have her getting her powers, and then in the third game she'll join in the fight and you can play her in free play and stuff. Now the third way they do it, which is personally the way I want them to do it, is they do it the same way they do Miles. Like I just mentioned, in the DLC they can have her getting bit, because I don't think they're going to do the whole bit by the same spider Peter was bit by. They can have her getting bit, and then she shows to probably Miles, because Miles is technically, well, they're not married yet, but Miles' mother and Sydney's dad are dating. So they're kind of siblings if they get married. So they go ahead and they do where she shows Miles the powers that she has, because just somebody she trusts. Miles is like, oh no way, I'm a superhero too. So is Peter. Kind of like how they did Miles, where Miles is like, Peter, I gotta show you something. And then Sydney gets her own game. I think Sydney should get her own game. If she doesn't get her own game, it's not that big a deal, but I think it's necessary to not rush the character. Throwing Sydney right into the third game would kind of ruin the whole, like, spending time with the character and really fleshing out the character. Sure, they can do that throughout the third game, but I don't want them to do that, because the third game will probably be convoluted enough. We don't need to be spending time with a single spider. I want to have both spiders. They give her a small game like they did with Miles, where it doesn't take much longer than an entire day to finish. So that way it's, a-okay. That way we can flesh out the character more and then throw her into Spider-Man 3. Which I know a lot of fans would get mad at if they went ahead and just threw in this third game, where they just throw in this sub-game for Sydney without giving us Spider-Man 3. So I think the way they do it is they announce at Comic-Con or something, we're doing Spider-Man 3. They have a little teaser trailer the same way they did Spider-Man 2. And then they follow it up by, we can't give much more information on it at the moment, but here's what we can give you. And then another trailer goes up on the screen, and this time it's a full-fledged trailer for a Spider-Woman or Spider-Man Sydney Moon. Bing, bang, boom. There you go. That way, the fans are like, okay, this game is in the future, but this game is right now. So they're not like stopping us from playing the other Spider-Man or taking away resources for the other Spider-Man. It's still being made, but this one we can use right now. It shouldn't be any bigger than Miles. It should be a small game. It doesn't have to be a sequel to the other games. Obviously, it should follow some sort of plot. Spend our time with Sydney. How they do that, I don't know. I think it'd be cheap for them to just send Miles and Peter on vacation, like they did with Miles Morales. Not that that was cheap. I'm just saying to do it again would be cheap. So I don't know how they would handle that. I'm not the game director. I don't even write stories on my own time, so I just don't. I'm not very creative in that kind of way. But I think that's how they should handle Sydney Moon in their game. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to